There's a moment in every nice person's life where something inside them breaks. Not loudly, not dramatically, just breaks. And when that happens, the people who took them for granted realize they just lost someone irreplaceable. But by then, it's already too late. Let me show you exactly what happens when the nicest person finally snaps. First, understand this. Nice people don't snap like angry people do. There's no explosion, no confrontation, no dramatic exit. They just stop. They stop answering texts immediately. Stop going out of their way. Stop being the one who always initiates. The effort that was always there, gone. And here's what makes it devastating. They don't announce it. One day you look up and realize the person who always cared doesn't anymore. That's silence. That's not passive aggression. That's self-preservation. Now watch what happens to the people around them. The friend who always took, never gave, suddenly their calls go to voicemail. The partner who took them for granted realizes no one's fighting for the relationship anymore. The family member who expected everything finds out the emotional bank account is empty, and they panic because nice people are rare. They're the ones who remember birthdays, who show up when it's inconvenient, who forgive 47 times before they even think about walking away. But when they're done, they're done. There's no bargaining phase, no second chances, because they already gave you all of those. You just didn't notice. Here's what changes permanently: boundaries. The nicest person finally learns the word no, and they don't explain it, don't justify it, don't apologize for it. Before, they'd bend over backwards. Now, I can't help you with that. That doesn't work for me. I'm not available. And people are shocked. What happened to you? You've changed. You're not the same person. You're right. They're not. Because you broke the version of them that said yes to everything. And what's left is someone who finally values themselves. They didn't become cold. They became wise. There's a difference. Now comes the manipulation phase. And oh, people will try. After everything I've done for you, I thought we were family. You're being selfish. But here's what's different now. The nice person finally sees through it. Because they've had years to think about every time they were used. Every time their kindness was seen as weakness. Every time they gave and got nothing back. So the guilt trips that used to work, they bounce off. Because they're not operated by guilt anymore. They're operated by clarity. And clarity is terrifying to people who depended on your confusion. Here's the part that hurts people the most. The nice person doesn't crumble. They rebuild. They find new friends who actually reciprocate. They pursue hobbies they abandoned. They invest in people who invest back. They create a life where their energy is protected, not exploited. And you? You're not invited to that version of their life. Because the door they walked out of, it locked behind them. And they're not looking for the key. They finally realized they were never the problem. The people draining them were. Psychologically, this is called compassion fatigue, mixed with emotional boundary enforcement. Nice people have high empathy. They feel other people's pain deeply. But empathy without boundaries becomes self-destruction. Eventually, their nervous system says enough. They've been people pleasers, fixers, peacekeepers, always accommodating, always understanding. But the human psyche has a breaking point. And when that breaks, something fascinating happens. They don't become mean. They become selective. They don't hate people. They just finally love themselves enough to stop accepting crumbs. So if you have a nice person in your life, the one who's always there, always forgiving, always understanding, don't test their limits. Because you won't see the snap coming. You'll just wake up one day and realize they're gone. And the tragedy isn't that they left. It's that they had to. Because you refused to see their worth until they stopped showing it. Respect nice people while they're still choosing you. Because once they stop, they don't come back. And they shouldn't have to.